HellRaisers recollect themselves towards Banana, and they hit into B with success. So Big having to save what they've got. The Kevlar, the FAMAT, the Kevlar, the CZ. No B12 here for HellRaisers. Only 4 away from closing out this first semi-final and sending themselves to the grand finals as a WePlay lock and load.
Still more rounds to come, and still some hope for Big. Need to prevent 4 more rounds on the side of HellRaisers. Unless we get our first grand finalist. Now, we'll see. This obviously won't be a round that will be... The expectation was pretty low for Big, just with the amount that they've been able to buy up into this. Just standard issue pistols on the 3 players that didn't save in the previous round. They'll go for a bit of a gimmicky play here, boosting Tabson up onto the plant pot. Next, able to do quite a lot of damage as well in second middle, although he does lose his life.
I was watching that through the X-ray. It's quite funny watching that battle ensue. He did end up falling, but damage done, like you said, onto Issa. That soaks him up a little bit. But the damage done on the Angel as well. You need to be careful here. There's the first kill though. Hobbit will find Tabson. Not before nearly falling himself. Very unlucky for Tabson. He wasn't able to drop Hobbit there. And Big, they've got 3 men alive up against the 5 of HellRaisers. And HellRaisers, they're going to start to slow the play, come back a little bit. Angel picks up Xanteras and they might just consider walking into that B bomb site yet again. As Big, the last 2 survivors, are on the A site.
Yeah, there's not much you can do here. Just the CZ and Galbi and Tizian a USP. Tizian's actually going to try and hunt for the last few shots that would take down these remaining players. I think they have the information, certainly, that a couple of them are low. Tizian can find a couple of kills. That'll be as much as he's expecting. Instead of trying to maybe weasel his way into the bomb site to line up the backstab. Ooh, maybe given that exact opportunity, Angel's clearing things out. But with the Mac 10, the aim punch. Sad day for Tizian. He does get checked. And Galbi is still just holding in the pit with the CZ. So, HellRaisers, they get to round number 13. Big will be able to scramble together a buy in the next round, but highlighted it on an overpass as well. The utility is going to be pretty... They're going to be pretty skimped for utility in the next round, and it is fairly important for their setups, as they are a team that does like to utilize them, but that's a nice find from Galbi, even pushing them to the apartments, salvaging an AK and a smoke into this next round.
Three here for HellRaisers to find to win the best of 3. Over on Big, it's the AK, a couple of CZs, and a 5-7. We'll keep money in the bank, and this is a really conservative approach from Big. They don't want to go for the forced buy, end up losing, and then having no money again. So we'll go for this, a little bit of a half buy. The pistols are there along with the AK, and they definitely still can end up winning this. We've seen it before from Big. They seem to have more success on these types of rounds. Not on the T side though, when they could just barrel in together. So let's see if HellRaisers can get rid of this. It'll be 14 for them. And Terra's just shoulder peeking, sees players on the other end. He's going to throw that smoke down, right? That usually forces the player to walk in front of it and wait for people to come on through, but actually just going to fall back and leave Tizian up on top of the boxes, hoping he could bait them away. First kill coming in is Tabson with the only AK. Elsewhere, off camera, over towards A, the kill came in. So Tabson has picked up that early kill for Big. They've got the advantage to work with. And with 55 seconds left, Tabson could do some more. He wants to get proactive inside the middle. Here's the flash, it's excellent. He's going to pick himself up the kill. Nearly whiffs the spray, but here's the reply from HellRaisers, trying to hunt him down. But Tabson is a beast. He's got himself another Hobbit and Woxic 2v5, and Tabson might have just done enough. 1 AK versus 5, and he's done the damage. 3. Tizian over towards B-bomb site, has got himself a kill as well, and Xanteras will pick up at the AK. It's another round here for Big, and they've got to thank Tabson for that.
And that's exactly the type of round they need to really revitalize the CT side. HellRaisers going to call, at least I imagine it's HellRaisers to call this pause just off the back of that. The force buy and the 1 AK brought into the round, that is phenomenal for Big's economy. Just these upgraded pistols coming into the round, that is... Oof, that's not a round that you're going to be happy conceding if you're HellRaisers.
This just gives Big a bit of a lifeline into this game. They have not got money to buy up. HellRaisers, the same can be said though, so this is a very important round. This is crucial for Big to be able to win this again. If they end up losing Yumi, the money is gone again, and that should allow HellRaisers to have a smooth sailing time towards the end. So this could get messy. Here go Big. It's a buy for them. Go B on the Galil. HellRaisers full buy, full AKs, utility across the board, but this again is crunch time.
And they'll set themselves up for some banana control early on. A lot of utility damage already exchanged over towards banana. Angel flashed up. Tizian's going to be able to capitalize off that, even landing the bullet on the spray transfer there for Hobbit. Centauri's supporting as well. Woxic tries to chase things down, but is unsuccessful in doing so. This is a very good round to start things off for Big.
Flashbang coming in, taps it. Oh my god, does Deadfox not see him? Molotov is going to clear, surely. There we go. Deadfox finds Tabson eventually, and the advantage is with Big still, but just about. Only one man, so it's still doable. Problem is for HellRaisers, they don't have control of banana, so they can't fall back. But as soon as I say that, Hobbit throws the Molotov, but doesn't wait to see if anybody comes through on it. He does get dropped after that. Flashbang over the top. Issa blinded. We'll have to try and recover this bomb. That's a big whiff play from Hobbit. You know, he throws the Molotov. He could have waited for the player to walk on in through it, and actually loses the bomb in the process.
Definitely a misstep. Big though, are they going to read into the situation correctly, making their way up middle? Oh, the timing's just not going to work out for them. They line up, Deadfox even eliminating his own teammate as they line up for the kill. And Big will get themselves to round number 8, and I think this lifeline is definitely being utilized by Big. They're beginning to get more ground on the CT side, and they'll have to now deal with just the pistols on the side of the HellRaisers.
So that was their lifeline. Big, this should be victory for them. There's only 2 players on Big on HellRaisers that only have Kevlar as well, so in theory there should be a pickup for Big rather easily. But the problem is in CS the pistols are just so strong, so you can never really say that with 100% confidence.
Oh, this play from Zantara could seal the deal though. The flank is perfect. He lines all 3 up in middle. That's the bomb dropped as well. They never really had a chance if Zantara is making a play like that. No information. Oh. That's a bit awkward.
Yeah, it shouldn't really matter too much though, hopefully. Flashbang is going to come through boilers. Oh no, the timing is just incredible. Absent unscoped, as soon as the player peeks from boiler, Zantara's is just sitting here, just minding the bomb. No one's coming to him. Might as well. There's Tizian finding the final kill. And there we go. Zantara's, there we go. Easy pickups. Zantara's just so calm and so collected. Moving up middle, you see a bunch of opponents. He just sprays so calm and collected onto 2 players. Finds the third. It's now 13-9. Big pulling this one back. Only 1 round away from double figures, but they've got to withstand another buy coming in from HellRaisers.
They do as well pick up the AWP in Tabson's hands. We'll see how they're able to utilize this coming into this next round. Already going for a bit of a similar setup, 3 towards B early on here for Big. Hobbit making its way up the logs. Tabson suspecting of it, and he takes Hobbit straight out of the round. That's the only player that was really going to commit towards that B-side presence for HellRaisers, and so there'll be no real response here for that T side. The flashes and the utility will be expended now. Tizian's still playing up close, however, and this is a bit of a dangerous game. You're playing Tizian, but he lines them up through the smoke, takes down Angel as well as Woxic down to 22 HP. HellRaisers once again with only 3 players left remaining at the start of this round.
Tabson waiting towards the archway, passive position. They should be aware that there's a possibility he's here, but he'll still pick up the kill. He'll reface, can't get the double though. Issa quick on the trade. That's all on Deadfox and Issa. 2v4. That Molotov will prevent Deadfox from pushing towards the pit. So this is looking very good for Big. And I know there's 1 towards long and 1 inside of short, so Big should be able to pick this one up rather easily. They're doing damage on the Dead Fox. There's the headshot back though, and Dead Fox nearly doubles up. It's in a 1 versus 3 though. This looks so incredibly difficult. But if there's the man to do it, this is one of them. There we go. It's a finds another. All on Xanterras. 1v1. The Jordanian player is going to plant the bomb. But Xanterras comes in. As soon as it's planted, the kill comes through. And Xanterras will pick up victory here for Big. It's double figures. 10.
Oh my god, that was so close from Issa. Just not expecting the fast rotation there from Xanterras. That's what loses him the round, but a phenomenal effort to try and bring things back for HellRaisers. That was looking sharp. I was certainly beginning to believe he could clutch things out, but...
Yeah, that was nuts. Especially considering the position he was in. He was inside that cubby, just outside of the library. And you don't usually find too much success from there if they know exactly where you are and they have multiple different angles. So for him, even being able to get a couple of kills and even get the bomb plant is just nuts. It's definitely showcasing some of his skill that comes close to HellRaisers. Picking up 14, but Xanterras will come in clutch. There's the kill again. Xanterras is really waking up here on Inferno.
Yeah, his CT side has been phenomenal. He's proven to be such a troublesome force to deal with over at B, and even with his teammate Tizian as well, they've just doubled up and done so much damage to HellRaisers. I don't think they've secured banana control in these past sort of 5 to 6 rounds when they've had weapons to work with.
Tizian towards the top of banana, looking and waiting for anybody to walk through that smoke. No, not just yet. No one has even committed anywhere near this banana position. So as soon as the smoke fades, he'll toss the Molotov towards the bottom. That'll prevent anybody from walking on in through. And actually, they're going to post up the op. So this is the strategy a lot of teams employ. As Tabson, multiple opponents peeking into him, missed the first shot, jump shots, doesn't quite know there's too many coming, but he'll hear the footsteps. And the onslaught is not quite there just yet. Tabson picks off the first. He comes back into the side. Tabson with the fast flick. Bullet is dropped, and now the rest of HellRaisers have to push in. Tizian's got himself a headshot, and Issa on 2 HP. Surely he falls as well. Xanterras will confirm. It's another for Big on the comeback here on Inferno.
Wow, what a shot from Tabson. But you have to begin to question here what the approach is from HellRaisers. They've tried going B so many times, even allowing Big to sort of secure bottom banana, get banana control very early on, and then retake it late. But they just... How many times are you going to crack your head against the brick wall and expect it to sort of give way? It seems like that B bomb site is sort of impenetrable from the ways in which they're approaching these rounds early on, and it's allowed Big to bring this lead even closer. The fact that it's down to just the 2 rounds now, when this was such a shutout half by HellRaisers, is beginning to be a huge concern here for their T side.
Yeah, it definitely feels like HellRaisers are walking into a brick wall, and they're just getting smashed off it every single time. This time it's Tabson, so intelligent with the AWP. He's been very dynamic as well. He's been rotating between both bomb sites. You find them on Archway 1 round, over towards B in another, and that's keeping it unpredictable. You know, HellRaisers can't make a play based off avoiding Tabson's AWP, and so they just have to make the guess, get the info. And usually when they try to get the info on where the AWP is playing from, they end up losing the player. So it's very difficult.
Absolutely. The fact that they're being dynamic as well, like that, you making that point is actually a great point to harp on. The fact that they're being dynamic on not only Tabson, I think, as well Xanterras and Tizian, the fact that they're comfortable rotating those players around the map in each respective position shows that they always understand what the roles are from those certain spots. Even like you called out, the AWP rotating away from the A site towards that B bomb site allowed Tizian to sort of give it up and let Tabson take foothold and be the anchor player on that B bomb site. It's a great sort of flexibility to have on that CT side.
So into round number 25. Big have picked up plenty of momentum into the later stages of this map and could continue to do so. HellRaisers with another buy. Molotov coming in from Big. That'll prevent anybody from going towards the lower boiler. The flash comes in towards middle. That scares off HellRaisers for a little bit, but they're going to throw a bit of utility of their own. Flash coming in as well. It's a stalemate towards middle here. Next will finally start to fire bullets. Now calls it frenzy of frags, and there we go. Angel the first frag to come in. As Next picking that one up. Got B. Oh, damage done as well. 5v3, advantage line with Big, and no one falls just yet.
And again, they're going to walk into the AWP player in tabs in here. This time, not going to be able to land the shot, but he gets the information for his team. Signals for the rotation to come through. Molotov deployed. Misses the follow-up as well. WOXIC has established a bit of control here. Actually, what? He's dropped the bomb over... Okay, the smoke is at least there. That could have been a bit dangerous had that not bloomed early enough, but boosting up. This adaptation here is perfect. Zentaris with 2, and suddenly WOXIC to clutch things out in the 1 versus 4. Brought it to the 1-on-3 now, but they all sit behind the smoke and they're just waiting for us to dissipate.
Oh, headshot from Next. That's it. Done. Defuse coming in. It's 12-4 Big. What a comeback this has been, Yumi. Big could do it here on Inferno. They could bring it all the way and force us to a third map. It was looking like HellRaisers were about to end this best of 3 2-0 pretty quickly, but towards the end, Big have shown resilience, tenacity, and you've got to thank Zentaris and Tabson for that. Look at the score on top. 24 and 17 on Zentaris. In below just Tabson, who's had a lot of impact with that AWP.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the 2 players that have really brought things back. Even just Zentaris being aggressive when HellRaisers least expect it as well. Over towards B, when they think that Big are just going to go with these passive setups. HellRaisers don't really have a read on how the CT side will approach these rounds. It will be Big giving up banana control fairly early on. HellRaisers there in heavy presence, and this is one of the first few times we've actually seen them establish early banana control in these T-side rounds.
Hobbit moving up. Zentaris waiting with the AK on the opposite end of this. He's so good with his weapons, so HellRaisers need to be careful. They need to use the utility. A flashbang off would be enough. But Zentaris is going to throw a smoke down. That'll allow him to fall off a little bit. As soon as he does that, though, HellRaisers strike into action. It's a fast play. Here they go. Tizian with the first headshot. Angel dropped. Not yet a kill coming through for HellRaisers, but as soon as I say that, WOXIC gets one, and Tizian, that's incredible. Walks right through the smoke, picks off the bomb, and now it's a 3v3. Big still stand a chance coming into this retake.
Gulby is a little bit slow here on the rotation. They're anticipating some sort of alert play here from HellRaisers. So they'll have to wait for him to get into position to fully commit to this retake. Does have a smoke as well in his arsenal. They do. In fact, every single one of the players had a smoke, and Next, this Molotov towards Dark could be the linchpin. The fact that there's a player located in that position, he can no longer take Sanctuary. Issa still takes the kill on Gobby. Dead Fox cheating past the smoke, trades 1 for 1, and catches Tabson, just missing the shot with the AWP. It will come down to the wire, but HellRaisers will finally get another round on this T side.
Yeah, excellent play from HellRaisers there. Tizian does enough to make it close, but the rotations from Big a little slow, and so the retake is very difficult to do towards the end. HellRaisers established very strong post-plant positions, and Dead Fox carrying HellRaisers through to their 14th. Only 2 rounds away from victory here, Yumi. Although Big, there's not many more money problems coming into round number 27, but if you end up losing this one, there for sure will be.
Tizian's getting up close and personal, takes down Angel early on. No response here from HellRaisers as there is a smoke just at the end of the banana position. Tizian has to stay close though. The Molotov will prevent him from falling back. He gets one just before he dives to the spam of Hobbit. How does he even manage to get that? I will never know.
Tizian, a man who was quiet on the first map, has been anything but on this one. The advantage sides with Big. HellRaisers no control towards Banana, so they're just going to try and commit in towards A. Lion here in the pit is Goldbeat. He has been the weakest player so far individually, but here comes the push. He pulls the nades at the wrong time, but has to equip the M4A1S. There's the headshot. They know where he is. The trade is there as well. And on the site, 1 player waiting as the rotations come through. Issa does enough. Another headshot, and the bomb site towards A is under control for HellRaisers, but Tabson, he's close here. I'll throw the Molotov. That's not going to extend to Hobbit just yet. Eventually will. The does a little bit of damage, shifts some off the top, but the retaking still needs to come in from Big. There's the headshot from tabseN, again off camera. But Issa, 1v2, towards the apartments, the headshot is there, reloads, jump shots to see if he can spot tabseN, and can just stay alive inside of this pit. Issa could do it all here, he would have to quad kill to win this, jumping up above, doesn't know what tabseN is, he's right above him. Issa, not aware of the angle, just there, on top, is tabseN, dropped to the left, Issa peeks out, he peeks for the shoulder, and it's a quad kill from Issa. It is HellRaisers on map point, thanks to the individual heroics of Issa on that A side.
And they've cracked the money open for Big. The fact they cannot afford too much coming into it. Just the AWP on tabseN, having to skimp down to just MP9s and the shotguns. This is beginning to look like HellRaisers may have just found their feet here just at the end. Just before we start to call Big's comeback into reality. The heroics thus far have been very impressive from HellRaisers to bring things back. Those 4 kills from Issa were so sharp, and that's going to leave Big a little bit rattled.
Well, this would be a perfect time for HellRaisers to end it all. Big's money isn't there. XM, 2 MP9s. AWP in the hands of tabseN really needs to be the hero. Tizian, heading shots through the smoke. Nothing landing just yet. And HellRaisers can just hold this. They've got so much control of top banana. Big don't really have control anywhere. 3 players located over towards B for the CTs. HellRaisers, they have 3 inside of banana, a 4th gathering with them. There's 2 players sitting here on the side. Here comes the execute. Smokes your CT, Coffins, flashbangs over the top. Santeras will start things off. The kill comes in onto Angel. The first pickup is Biggs, but the trade is in from Issa again. 4v4, the push coming in. Hobbit with the headshot on the Tizian, the follow-up onto Santeras, and that's it over. tabseN and GoldB, 2v4. There's no way they can win this. XM shotgun and an AWP. This would just be nuts. No kit, and DebFox on the lurk makes it even more difficult. All on tabseN, and it's only a matter of time until he falls as well, Yumi. It's HellRaisers here, booking themselves a spot in the grand final.
And DebFox even just toying with them at the end. The 16th round is in for HellRaisers. We have our first finalist here at the WePlay Lock and Load event. What a semi-finals. I mean, the fact it's only 2 maps, but it gets so close, especially with the momentum swinging each way. It was certainly hard to call at the end there.
Lot of my ears, but yeah, that was an incredible performance from HellRaisers towards the end. Obviously, Big started to pick it up. Santeras was starting to show some of that form we expect from him, but towards the end, it's just incredible heroics from Issa that pull it back. But don't go anywhere, guys. We have got our first finalists, but right after this break, we're going to be coming back with another semi-final to see who they're going to be playing against in that final. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the rest. Okay, this game's already started, guys. We're gonna get right into it, I guess. Let's get that stuff going. I thought we were gonna have a little bit of a break, but we're right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's Vitality versus Optic Gaming in the semi-final. Seems to be on Nuke as the first map. The Optic have got themselves 2 rounds already. Vitality with 1, and finally a buy coming in, Yumi.
Yeah, certainly a faster start than we'd anticipated going into this, but we'll make do with what we've been given. And Vitality doesn't seem like they've been given all too much at the start of this round. Apex already getting dropped. Snappy as well will pick up a kill onto MBK. Suddenly it's just the 3 players left on the Vitality side to try and bring things back in this gun round. not really too much space to work with. Zero's made his way in through main. Oh no, Config is going to drop the bomb. Zero will answer back with a kill onto Refresh, but with the bomb drop, that information is available for Optic, and they'll can begin to make some rotations and start to overplay that position because they know Vitality needs to retrieve that back. Ooh, that kill from Zero is sharp.
That is nuts from Zero. Right onto the head of Config. The advantage still lies with Optic. Bomb is on the floor. It's a kill from Snappy. He's got to come in and drop Zero. Alex in a 1v3. Start to wrap around Hash to try and recover this bomb and kill 3 players. It's just not going to happen. Yugi with the pickup. It's 3-1 Optic. We'll find another. And this map is actually quite interesting. I feel like it's a pretty decent map for both teams.
Yeah, it's a map that we know that Vitality likes to play, and I've seen a lot of Optic on in the way that they've been able to play this map as well. But I'm actually very impressed by how Optic approach Nuke. It's not really a traditional map we've seen in the Bullet. Obviously, more teams are starting to adopt it now, especially everyone's trying to expand their pool for these big events that are coming up in the year. So could certainly favor Optic coming into things, but Vitality showed a profundity of this map as well. Oh, that's going to be brilliant for MBK. Dropping from up high, down below is Cajun, and Yugi is dropped as well. Oh, MBK, it's just all him in this round, pushing so far forward, and Optic not able to track him down.
This is clean from Vitality. It's only Refresh. 1v5. It's close enough to Apex for it to cause problems, but quite yet, obviously overextending. I noticed yesterday how intelligent of a player Refresh actually is. Barely ever overstepped or made a mistake, but there's the 1 kill. Vitality will find 2 and actually answer back. That puts Optic's money in a questionable position.
Of course, you can always make force buy and pistol buys work on Nuke. There's a lot of really close engagement angles, as well as the Deagles can make use of the outside positions. So we will see those brought up into the round, CZs and Deagles for the CT side. It's all about doing as much damage as possible. Of course, Optic, they have invested fairly low on a number of their players thus far, and so if they can walk away with a round victory, that would certainly be ideal. Oh, that timing's not going to work out for Cajun. He tries to creep past the smoke, but Zihu is just looking in that position anyway. We'll concede the first pick. Vitality down towards Seeker, in fact finding another one as well. Optic unlikely to be able to climb back from this position. Config even looking for information outside, and only the 2 players left in Snappy and Refresh.
Yeah, this should be another easy pickup for the Frenchman. Actually, I haven't casted any of Vitality in this tournament so far. The first game was yesterday, up against Prosto. Able to win that one 2-0 to get here to the semi-finals. Optic had to face Virtus Pro and ended up winning that one 2-0 as well. So, both teams winning the quarterfinals rather convincingly. We'll move into the semis, locking heads. MBK is going to clear the A-bomb side, making sure they can work in tandem for the players up in heaven. Snappy and Refresh, the last players alive, and Snappy just waiting for someone to overextend, drop inside of that vent, hope he can pick up a kill, maybe a rifle, and then try and spring into action. The bomb will be planted, and Apex, he's not going to go for it, he's going to wait. He's going to wait in that vent, wait on someone to come through, but off camera, again, we've missed a knife, that's incredible. I wonder how that one went on. Refresh gets knifed by Alex. Assassin's Creed style, it looked like through X-Ray. And Snappy in a 1v5.
That's certainly not the greatest. Always interested to see how those knives take place. Snappy, hopefully just able to survive here. That's the main objective for him. If he can be gifted an AK, he'll obviously take it. But Vitality will tie things up at 3-3. So Optic, now not really able to afford much of a buy into this next round, will only have this singular upgraded pistol and Snappy to work with.